Hello, everybody. July 21st, 2026, Doc Hydro here with you, as the saying goes. Listen, for those that aren't aware, got the mobile engineers hydraulic app finally done after years and years of putting together spreadsheets and testing algorithms, or not algorithms, but formulas and calculations and field testing. I'm pretty satisfied with how it's come out so far, especially for the mobile side. Now, right now, I'm going to let you know this is first being launched as a web-based app. So you have to get Expo Go app, free app. You don't have to worry about anything there. That basically allows or loads up my app on top of it or the background, however you want to phrase that. And then when I get enough feedback and response from some folks that are going to test this, um, then I have the ability and would be more than willing to push a native iOS and Android app. But for right now, this is the cheapest route, especially when you're getting started on things like this. Um, so the major critical update right now is that it does both imperial as well as metric units. You can switch through the entire tabs, um, from the pump discharge pressure tab to the multi-leg tab, which is setting up multi-legs. I call them multi-legs, to whereas you're going to go up a hill for, let's say, 1,800 feet, and then you go across for, let's say, another 800 feet, and then it drops back down, but then goes back up for another 3,600. Each one of those breaking points is a leg, and there's up to 10 of them that you can do, and you can set it up for metric or English units, and you can do the conversion live, and it will display the results in metric or English, or US imperial units, I should say. So let me show you real quick what this is. So let's say you want to do for a flow rate. So we're on the PDP tab, or the multi-leg tab. Let me go to the PDP. So we're going to start off with direct flow, and then there's nozzle calculations, but I'm not going to get into that yet because that's really for determining more like gallons per minute, like if you want a flow test. So let's go direct flow. We'll say that our pump elevation is 4,865 feet. Our target elevation we'll say is 5734. Okay, just throwing a number out there. So right off the bat, all of this is going to be in our imperial or English US speaking units. The flow rate, you have to set that. So let's set that for 60 gallons a minute. Nozzle pressure, 100. You can set it for whatever you want. And then what it starts to do is it starts to give you the beginning of the numbers, but it's not going to tell you anything until you get a hose length in there. So you keep going down. So let's say it's 3,600 feet. Okay, now we're going to start getting somewhere. So now we can start seeing that it's calculate the elevation difference, what the pressure is, the friction loss per stick of hose, the total friction loss, and the total engine PDP. Then what it does is based upon this figure of your max engine PDP. So enter that number in based upon, so let's say you get on a fire and you've got you're on a task force, like what I just came off of. You've got 4 engines, okay? And let's say 3 of those 4 engines are all identical. Same pump, same make, same model, etc. So let's say that each one of those can match a certain flow at a maximum of 250 psi sustainable. Well, you can enter that in, and then it's going to do the rest of the calc. So let me show you what this does. So once you get that, so it breaks down, says that, hey, the total PDP is 929, but the max engine pressure is 250. Number of engines required, 4. Okay, engine spacing. Now it's telling you to do a relay pumping operation and space them out 900 feet apart and go discharge to intake, and then further it's going to show you what each engine's individual PDP should be. Down here on the bottom, 232 psi, 20 psi, 18 psi below the max. So it's giving you a buffer. Nozzle pressure, you're not having to force out the 100 psi yourself. You're breaking up the 100 psi between the 4 engines. So now you're only supplying 25 of that. And then the head pressure, you're only supplying 94 psi of the total head pressure. And so it's going to stitch everything up. And so then when you get down to everything, you can set up a long range relay pumping operation and it will automatically tell you how many engines you need and where to sequence them. So that's a really cool thing. You can do basically the same thing with the multi-leg, but what I didn't show you is I almost forgot. We can convert all of this into metrics. Instead of gallons per minute, we're going to go liters. Instead of pressure, we're going to go kilopascals. So that'd be 227 liters a minute at 689 kilopascals of pressure. And then the distance is going to be 1,097 meters. And then now all your pressures and everything are in kilopascals and your distances in meters. And so now your engine PDP is 1,602 kilopascals, and then your engine spacing is 274 meters, all at the flip of a switch. So it does this throughout the entire thing. And the last thing I want to tell you is that when, in case I didn't cover it, a little bit of a brain fog. I've been playing around with numbers all morning. The thermodynamic thing. So let's say you've got a seat, 800-gallon seat. You don't know what that is in metrics, so that's a 3,028 meter or liter aircraft. So 3,028 liters. So let's leave it there. And then water temperature we'll say is 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Altitude we'll leave it 5,000 feet. So right here you can see that everything is in BTUs. But if I come up and I start converting everything into metrics, now all of my outputs are in either kilograms per minute, temperature in centigrade, and the BTUs is changed to kilowatts. So that's going to be kilowatts per meter per second, kilowatts per second, and if it goes up so much, it'll even convert that into megajoules, okay, per hour. So anyway, make sure that when you get the app or download it and try it, sometimes you have to tap this button twice to get to the contact. Go to the contact. Right there is the send feedback button. When you click on that, you can calculation issue, a bug report, feature request. So if I didn't include something that you want to see, put it in there. And then general feedback, type in a description. If you want me to respond back to you, make sure that you enter in your email address or send me a text or whatever about the issue that you're talking about, and I'll get it. And then when you're done, just click submit feedback. It will come direct into my my server. So that's it. Let me know what you think. I'm super excited about this. It's taken at least 8-9 years in the development to get this to where I want it. And if this goes the way I think, I'm going to start working on the next app that deals with the fire bridge concept on how to look at your fire intensity, determine the number of resources, the sequential spacing, et cetera, et cetera. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, cheers. Be safe out there. We'll catch you on the next one.